Hi,
I'm Dana Kellin.
and I'm Elizabeth Kellin. And yes, we're sisters.
And partners in Dana Kellin Jewelry.
We started our business over 25 years ago when I moved back from Italy, and Dana was working as a fashion editor for W Magazine and making jewelry as a hobby to relieve her stress. I remember back in the beginning, we worked out of Dana's spare bedroom in our Hollywood apartment. Soon after, our jewelry was featured on the show Friends, and pretty soon we were spreading out all over the place. First, we took over her living room. Then we moved into her dining room, her kitchen, her hallway, and ultimately we found ourselves having business meetings in her bathroom.
We moved soon afterwards, and as the business grew and evolved, so did the jewelry. I think it's because I have a mathematical brain and I love problem solving and puzzles that I was really driven to explore what I could do with wire. And the more I challenged myself, the more intricate things became. Just pretty much shy of torture, but that was really part of the fun.
Our jewelry is a mix of earthiness and glamour. The combination of organic nature-inspired shapes, sparkling diamonds, and meticulous workmanship give every piece that one-of-a-kind feel.
Aside from our technique, we're probably best known for our rich tonal color combinations. I often approach design as if I were painting with watercolors. I'm able to achieve the subtlest shading because we have amassed a literal treasure trove of materials over the past quarter century. Some might view that as cumbersome, but for me, it affords a lot of freedom. I think at this point I've designed well over 25,000 pieces of jewelry, and they're all my babies.
That's a lot of babies.
It all happens from start to finish in our Los Angeles studio. Everything is handmade by our team of trained artisans, some of whom have been with us from the very beginning of our business. When I start a new collection, I usually begin by creating color palettes with various materials. Next comes a lot of sketching, and finally I experiment with new techniques and silhouettes. Eventually it's time to hand it off to one of our sample makers to fabricate it. Some of our pieces have hundreds of components, so it's critical that we are organized and systematic in our approach. Beads must be calibrated and fit perfectly for optimal sturdiness. Many of our pieces are like miniature puzzles, and our employees are accustomed to working in increments less than 1 millimeter. After the piece is laid out, it is constructed with very fine gauge wire, stitch by stitch, stone by stone, until finally it emerges.
It is truly a labor of love and not for the faint of heart. It wouldn't be possible without our amazingly talented staff, all women like us who take such pride in their work and support one another all the time.